If you are interested in CTI, never finish the day without learning what is happening around you, not in your company, what is happening outside of your company. What is the areas that probably you get more attacked, or if something happening in your let's say in stock operation teams, how it could be related to something that is happening outside. So nature fundamental of CTI is just being update, being in the
Up to date with
that
the
yes
new
up to date, yeah.
information.
Just care about the people that are working with you and care about what they are feeling. And every day, you just remember, we don't have the normal job, we have a very stressful job, and there is another thing that with the AI, and even without this AI happening 3 years ago, that was not like now. It was really stressful, and now AI is on top of that. So look at AI as a teammate to work with, but care about your mental health. Have digital detox days. So, CTI is not an entry-level position in the security operation teams. So if someone wants to go to the CTI team, it should go step by step. So first, as we mentioned, fundamental, like the foundation, like everyone that breaks into security. There is some courses, there is some, for example, platform they can play with the labs, some certification, like analysis, what is the IOC's understanding, what is the coding, Python, PowerShell, broad security fundamental. After that, we need to make the core,
Hello and welcome to the Cyber Weekly. The Cyber Weekly is a podcast which we talk about cybersecurity. Today we are joined by Mina Muvahedi. Mina, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello to you and everyone that is listening to your podcast, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So, if someone met you for the first time, who is Mina?
I am Mina Muvahedi, as you said. I'm working in the security. I came to Canada around 5-ish years ago. I have a technical background around more than 10 years back home, and then I came here as a student. I studied wireless networking, and then I did cybersecurity school. Then around 2020, I graduated. After 3-4 months, I joined Bell Canada as a security operation analyst, SOC analyst or SecOps team. And now April will be 5 years that I'm part of Bell Canada.
Wow, wonderful.
Thank you.
That's a long journey. 5 years in the SOC, it's amazing. Me, I'm only making 2 years. I'm almost shy. And now,
Congratulations.
thank you. Why is cybersecurity? Why did you do cybersecurity?
Cybersecurity, let's say, to me, anything that I can help the people, it matters to me. I think that everyone has a life and journey. So for me, security is a way that I can help the people based on I studied, and the nature of the cybersecurity is about protecting the people from bad guys, adversaries. To me, security is really, really important because I care about the people, I care about the human, and also we can have that in our life, that as a community. So security to me is a way that I can show how I care about the people or anyone that is in our team, our company, customers. I love the nature of security. We help the people to be secure in the digital world. That's why I chose security over the network and over the other parts of the IT. But I respect all of those because we are all together.
I wanted to know now, what's the difference? Because Bell is a telecommunication company. What do you see is different in telcos when it comes to cybersecurity compared to other industries?
Bell is the largest telecommunication company in Canada, as you said, and telecommunication, they have a close relation with the customers. So they have their own customers, companies, and own network, and it's kind of, I think it's kind of like working in a telecommunication company. You feel more that you should be careful about the customers, because your customers can be the residential, can be the companies, can be the stores, can be the big names. So you work with different kind of customers, and at the same time, even you work closely with the families or network teams or the sales team. So it's different. You don't touch just one type of the customers or type of the customers. So telecommunication is different, because we provide a service that everyone use in the day-to-day job, and even, for example, the internet, phone, and now we are a security operation team. We provide solutions. So it's different than, for example, working on just tech company. We touch different kind of the customers. So it helps us to learn how to deal with the different kind of the people and the attitude and customer service. And in security, it's different. So it's very, very
definitely.
diverse. Yeah.
Very diverse group of people needing different needs for everyone. Yeah. So let's dive into it. What is CTI according to you?
Yeah. Actually, CTI is mostly is a way that, or is an area that they are working on the analyzing. They check all the things that is happening to
Sorry,
predict.
Mina. There are two things which we talk about in terms of CTI, which is cyber threat intelligence,
Yes.
and versus cyber threat investigation.
Yes.
So what's the difference? First go through that, and then we dive into exactly what
Sure.
CTI is.
Yeah, sure. So shortly, let's say cyber threat intelligence, or CTI, they are mostly working on gathering, analyzing, and sharing all the information on cyber threats. And they use those information to predict or anticipate what's coming next. But cyber threat intelligence, or the things that we are working on the specific incident or breaches, and where it comes, how it happens, and how we can mitigate, and how much damage is done.
Okay. So according to you, how does it usually come into place, especially in the SOC? How does it play out on a normal day for you, if you're doing CTI?
Yeah, for CTI, we are mostly user of the information that comes. Or CTI, they do threat intel for us. So when you are working on incidents or breaches, you should have the up-to-date information, and CTI provides up-to-date information about everything that happens in the security vault. So with those information, we do our investigation. So they feed security operation team, and we use those information in our investigation.
Okay, so it's literally like the same way we go to VirusTor to check for if an IP address is vulnerable or not.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to threat actors or campaigns, which ones have you tracked recently that that despite not being the most publicized, you believe is the most critical for our industry to pay attention to right now?
Yeah. To me, I am following those kind of campaigns that are related to AI assistant espionage campaigns. And there is a reason that this year, late, let's say 2025, there is a lot of research related to some nation-state campaign that they jailbreak AI system, and they were able to bypass a lot of authentication. And why is important? Because they can easily compromise the systems. And, AI can do a lot of automation in terms of the reconnaissance, lateral movement, privilege escalation, all steps of the threat cycles. And why is important to me? Because now there is a vibe in the industry that people wants to use the AI and they rely on AI. So automatically they try to bypass the human. And it's, to me, there is nothing like that. You cannot have the fully AI detection service. You should always have the people. And again, why I'm thinking it's really important, because most of the time the ransomware or invoice stealer malware, they are always top of the news or headlines. But this AI assistant jailbreak espionage campaigns, they are flying under the radar. So, and now, if we are aware or not, they are expanding attack surface. So, and they are doing compromising the systems, and this kind of strategic risk for any companies. So I'm looking at those things, something that we should follow, and we always take care of those kind of campaigns and keep the human in that system, because human knows how to deal with those systems, what is the normal behavior, what is attacks, how teams can work together. Specifically, I'm following the AI assistant attacks or data poisoning, all of those things that targeting AI agents.
So, if I'm to get you well, is that most of the AI assistants are being used and then manipulated to actually perform attacks. And this is the main way people actually, these nation state actors actually using this to actually perform attacks nowadays. Actually, not too long ago, I was reading an article which was about that same issue. And now it's being used to even rewrite code so that it can easily bypass antivirus detections. Have you seen such scenarios actually play out?
Yeah. You mentioned about antivirus bypass. I'm adding EDR bypasses. Now they can easily bypass all the detection systems that we have in place. They bypass authentication, EDRs, antivirus, and they are happening. And there is a lot. If you just do the search, there is a lot of espionage attacks. Not I can mention some examples, but it's just on the, in the call it terrace intel feeds, or you can just search. But it's a kind of red flag for the companies to me, because our detection service systems, all the solutions, they are not mature enough to be able to follow and detect and protect and do all of those things. So that's why it's really important, back to your point about CTI, that we should have a always continuous CTI system in the place that they follow. And those scenarios is happening every day, because there is no stop time for AI, and AI is helping us. But we should know that AI is not just assistant for our job. It can be even attacking our systems. So there is a concept, probably you heard about, AI against AI. So they attacking themselves. So I always said, for those scenarios, we are not that much mature, or our system are not really developed to be able to protect against those kind of the attacks.
Now, in a world where AI-powered threats are a commonplace, what is the one human skill or capability in CTI that you believe will become more valuable?
Let's say in the age of AI, human role is much, much different than before. So before, we had a lot of areas that we can have a decision, or we can change. But now, on top of all of those lists, I can mention the contextual judgment. And I have some reasons behind what I'm saying. So first of all, AI can develop a lot of indicator IOCs, as you mentioned, for example, for virus total. We can have a different IOCs, IP, domain, hash, different. So, but still, they are, they are developing all of those things. But this is always the human that should have those understanding about signal versus noise. So AI can overload the SOC operation, analyst everyone with a lot of different attacks, detection, everything. But this is always the human that knows based on the judgment that are already mentioned. So based on that, knows which is the real attack and which is something that is we call false positive. So this is something always human in the loop, or they call it HITL, can help us. And human have the critical thinking. We can teach or develop the human or the AI at the same time, but this is always is a human that is able to have those kind of storytelling or communication with the upper team, executive team, board members, and talking about why is important to, for example, mostly work on those kind of areas of detection rather than the rest. So at the same time, ethical and all the moral, everything that human is believe is something that we can mention. This is always about the human. So, and we learn from our experience and we know about the pattern recognition. So let's assume you mentioned you are working 2 years in the security operations system. So I'm working 5 years. So now you have some understanding in some areas. So you know about about how to spot those behavior changes, anomaly, abnormal detection. So based on all of what I said, I think we need to have the contextual judgment, specifically in the CTI team. And the reason behind that, they analyze everything outside of the company in the different malware platform, different areas. So we need always have that critical thinking out of the box. So, I mean, it helps the companies. So just not, we always said not panic by false positive, but at the same time, make sure that we address real threat. To me, human judgment, critical thinking of the human is something that we should always working in when we are in the now or the age of AI transformation.
Yeah. When it comes to you, because you've talked of the human judgment, definitely with human judgment, we can only improve it. One is through, we could say, that just having exposure in terms of, the CTI, the threat intelligence. One, then that is basically CTI feeds. Then if we look at maybe another area would be trainings.
Yes.
And then also actively actually handling these incidents. According to you, are those like the key areas? I think like maybe training would carry the highest weight, and then also actual active working in the SOC itself.
Yes.
According to you, according to your career, how do you think, how have they played out for you?
All of those options that you said, they are all interrelated, and we cannot say, for example, we can have one without the other one. But the thing is that when you work in the security operations system, you always have the networking background. So you know what is happening in the network and how, for example, adversaries can take access or come inside or do lateral movement, C2C communication. So we need the training as a fundamental, as you already mentioned, and there is no end in training. So every day you are learning, and you should have your training roadmap, which is something last year I covered in one my conferences, that one of the biggest gap in cybersecurity is that we don't have training roadmap, and at the same time we don't have the hands-on mentors. So I mean, mentors are good, but we need cybersecurity mentors that have hands-on or industrial experience. Those people can help SOC analyst team. That's why the mentor, if you want to work, you should work with the people that have already experience. So mentoring, learning, having the feedback loop with your specialist teams or your upper team and managers. And at the same time, as you said, we cannot use those information unless we work in the security team. And that's how we said, sometimes you see everything you read on the books, it never happened in the real life. Real life is totally
Very
different.
true. Very
Even
true.
you are so ready, when something happens, you feel that, oh, what is this? Even you knew about, for example, a stage 1, stage 2 malware. So as a conclusion, we can say the training, of course, is really important. Having the feedback loop, having the kind of mentoring system or a session with the team, and provide those feedback if, for example, we are in the manager teams, or at the same time having the experience. And the let's say good part about working in the SOC is that there is no same 9 to 5 days, and every day you play or you touch different kind of attacks or detections. It helps you to learn. So all of this, it can be helped together to make you the vigilant frontline person in the security operation teams.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely it. When it comes to career roadmap, we've hinted on it. What would be the most ideal for someone who actually wants to become a very good cyber threat intelligence person?
So, CTI is not an entry-level position in the security operation teams. So, if someone wants to go to the CTI team, it should go step by step. So, first, as we mentioned, fundamental, like the foundation, like everyone that breaks into security. There is some courses, there is some, for example, platform they can play with the labs, some certification, like analysis, what is the IOC's understanding, what is the coding, Python, PowerShell, broad security fundamental. After that, we need to make the core, the CTI core skills. Of course, knowing about the frameworks. Can be MITRE ATT&CK, can be diamond model, knowing about kill chain, cyber kill chain, what is happening. And then they should be familiar with threat hunting. So how to use all of those tools and how to learn, for example, understand the concept, what is happening in the environment, and working OSINTs with the OSINT tools, how to use them to collect and analyze the information. After that, malware analysis, which is really, really key area for someone that is wants to work in the CTI, and understanding about different kinds of attack, for example, threat actors, nationwide, hacktivists, all of those things. And when they do that part, they can go to the senior level and advanced expertise. So they do deeper investigation. So reverse engineering malware. So let's say the forensic, they can do dark web monitoring, and there is a lot of training, certification for each side. But they should be able to manage how to work with the information they collect as a CTI team. So, and because CTI team is working closely, they with all the teams, they should know how to work with the law enforcement and also intelligence agencies, because they are collaborating with different teams in the company and outside of the company. And when they did all of these 3 stages, the last and not the least is that they should know how to do the strategy and leadership, risk management. We're working with those tools, those frameworks, and they should be able to have a good communication or a storytelling, as I already mentioned, with executive team. And nature of the CTI is how to predict or forecast or anticipate. So they should be able at the experts level to predict about the geopolitical activities, nation state, or understanding the technological or geopolitical trends. And all of these 4 stages, there is always learning, continuous learning development. So about everything happening, all the researches, articles, there is different CTI community they should join and have those communication with peers, like-minded people, and knowing about psychology of the attackers or adversaries. So being in the CTI team needed a lot of background, but it's really, really valuable experience because you can have all of those things. And it's mostly about how a person is passionate about learning. So if it's eager to learn, I think it's a really good area to explore.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, if someone is listening to this and is like, Mina, you have given me a lot of things to think about.
Sure.
If I am to begin, where do I start from?
If you are interested in CTI, never finish the day without learning what is happening around you, not in your company, what is happening outside of your company. What is the areas that probably you get more attacked, or if something happening in your let's say in SOC operation teams, how it could be related to something that is happening outside. So nature fundamental of CTI is just being update, being in the
Up to date with the
yes,
new
up to date.
information.
Yeah. So if you want to start, for example, you should be able to relate the information or the logs that you are working in your investigation with what's happening. So how it's working, you should have your resources. For example, there is different magazines, there is different platform, there is a Discord channels. So they put it every day, and it's a big continuous work to do. But you should do it every day. And you will see after, for example, some time, you will feel that, okay, I understand what is happening. So those understanding is the start point to be a good CTI player. That's why I always said you cannot see the people that hire the CTI, for example. I never see from internship. Because CTI people are mostly the experienced people, and they should have the perspective and mindset. So there is a mindset shift that CTI people have, and I saw in the experience as well, same scenarios.
That's interesting. Now, in terms of still someone's growth, definitely there are a lot of achievements you've achieved, but could you tell people a bit of what currently you as a lady who is in cybersecurity, one of those things which would be a milestone that someone looking towards becoming someone like you in the industry, what are those things that you do on a daily basis, and what are those achievements that you've received?
Sure. Being a lady, being a woman in cybersecurity, I can explain being in the IT technology. This is not an easy job to do. First, you should accept that, because this kind of areas, they used to be filled by the men. So understanding, but I always invite them to do, because we are doing the same. For me, I didn't just think about I'm working in the security team. So I did my, let's say, researches. I do my presentation, conferences, and working with the intersection of the AI and the cybersecurity. At the same time, I'm doing the mental health activities for the human in the system. So if I want to give advice to someone that, for example, what I did in 5 years in Canada, I can say that I never stopped, first of all. I never look at my title and feel that, okay, here is not my area. So I just said, okay, I'm working in security operations system. Why not do the networking with the senior people? Why not to talk to the CISO team, directors, because they start from my place. So be open to do networking. We have a very helpful, supportive community in cybersecurity, and they know that you like to learn. You just show them that how you like, and let the people to learn about you. Show your passion, and they will understand and help you. I know it's not easy as a woman or lady in security, but is possible. like what we are doing. And I really hopeful we have more, because I was looking in the conference last week, and I just said out of 23 speakers, there were just 3 ladies. And I was kind of saying, okay, it's really low percent. And there is another thing about public speaking that not an easy thing. So everyone cannot or not interested or not easy for them to do the public speaking. But I promise the hardest step is always the first step. So if you take that one, the rest would be easier. So just show the people that you like to learn, you like to make improvement, and the people start to learn about you and they know you.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Now, we are drawing towards the end. Are there any parting shots or actually things you have missed out? Let's start with the things you've missed out that we would want to. We've missed out, but it is key in terms of cybersecurity as a SOC.
Yes, I like to mention the part that we didn't mention about the mental health that I care about it, and I'm always talking about. I work in security operation systems, and I feel how it happens for us in the heart of any attacks or any breach or anything that is happening. You feel really stressed, you feel panicked, and you feel something that called these cyber emotions. So if you are a human in the security as an analyst, if you are a human, I mean as a person that manager, if you are a director, always look at us as a security analyst team. And now I'm working as a let's say incident response team. I'm not in the analyst team right now, but I'm in the investigation team. So in any stage that you are working, just care about the people that are working with you and care about what they are feeling. And every day, you just remember we don't have the normal job. We have a very stressful job. And there is another thing that with the AI, and even without this AI happening, 3 years ago, that was not like now. It was really stressful. And now AI is on top of that. So look at AI as a teammate to work with, but care about your mental health. Have digital detox days. Separate yourself from the screen. Have your break. Quality family time. We are human. We just work in security. We are not robots. So if you are manager, don't look at the people that they should always be vigilant, because now with the AI, so I always said AI doesn't have sick day, doesn't have kids or child. So working 24 hours and learning 24 hours, that's another thing. So that's why we as a human should take care of ourselves and take care of our team members. I really wanted to highlight this part.
What about alert fatigue?
For what? Sorry.
Alert fatigue.
Alert fatigue. Tell me about that, alert fatigue. That's again another part that I said about human contextual judgment in CTI team. Alert fatigue, it's kind of, let's say, concept that is psychological, and it can overload your cognitive system. And at the same time, analysts are overloaded with alert fatigue because it happens a lot. And with the system, we are trying to tune the false positive, but it's very common
Tricky.
in security team,
Yeah.
tricky, because you cannot, there is no one solution for all the tickets. So you should do your investigation. And one day you open your eyes and said, oh my God, I'm so tired and I wish that this one was false positive, but I cannot take a risk. I should do this, So alert fatigue is one of the biggest challenges for SOC specifically, and mostly analyst team. I'm sorry, but again, we should have our regular break from the work, flexible working, take your lunch break, not in front of a screen. We always say, take your, weekend as a weekend, not stick to the laptop. So give yourself time to just, feel relaxed. And then again, next week you have alert fatigue, I'm sure. But I'm kind of hopeful with the AI can help the system or detection system to learn and reduce the false positives. So alert fatigue automatically will be less.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it does help a lot because it can be
It's very
alarming
hard, yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Uh,
I'm so proud that I started with from analyst time, because I feel everything, and that's why when someone said that, I said, okay, I have some ideas, but first of all, you should know that I understand what you say. I experienced. It's different that I read it in the book, so it's happening, and it's not easy.
yeah,
Knowing that feels better, knowing that is not easy. I think it feels better for us that how to deal. And again, managers should know about that. So when you are a
yeah,
SOC
they should.
manager, yeah, they should, and they think, okay, this person had a lot of job today, so maybe I can, if I have a new task, I can ask tomorrow. So don't overload. So it's not the same team, security operation. They are not like all the teams. So we should take care differently of the team members based on the alert fatigue, based on the stress, and based on continuous learning that is now
Yeah,
happening. And we should give the people time to learn.
true. Yeah, definitely with continuous learning. Remember, the AI is evolving, so we need to keep on our toes each and every day to see how we can keep up somehow.
Exactly.
Um, um, Thank you, Mina.
No.
I've definitely picked a lot when it comes to threat intelligence and understanding how it works. And by the way, the threat feeds. Where can someone start from in terms of the different threat intelligence feeds they can plug into, which you can recommend?
Let's say I can explain out what I'm doing, so maybe it can help. So
Okay.
myself, I am a big fan of podcasts. So I
Okay.
have different kind of podcasts, cyber review weekly, or kind of, for example, leadership cybersecurity podcast. Sans has a podcast, and there is another one, cybersecurity podcast, for another company. They do roundtables. So I listen to those ones when I'm doing something. And also I have a Discord channel that I review. I know, as I said, it's a big job to do it every day, but at least, I have some online magazine subscription that comes to my email. So sometimes I just go over the news, and LinkedIn, of course, LinkedIn, that I have some subscription in. So this is how I just interacted with something happening. For example, of course, there is
What
something
about X?
happens. X is I use X too. So there is something about this, as you said, is a bit tricky.
Yeah.
So, and it's very update sometimes. So sometimes I feel everything comes first to the X and then goes everywhere. So
Yeah.
you cannot decline. But at the same time, X is good. It's all about your preference, which you can do. For example, not just today, for next 1 week, for 1 month, for 1 year. For example, podcast, you can have everything happen in 1 week in half an hour. So it
Yeah,
helps you.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all about your preference. If you are a big fan of the X, of course you can use that, but just be involved, just be aware what's happening. It's really help you. And if you are interested, or anyone is interested to joining CTI, never hesitate to go and talk to them. Okay, and ask them what they do, where did they start, because every company is different, and what they do. For example, is there any specific certification they suggest? For example, now is the December, what's planned for 2026? For example, I want to work to join this CTI team. Go and talk to them, sit with them, have a coffee chat, and ask them, okay, where did you start? What certification you work on that one? And try to do networking. And next time, if there is any opening, they remember you already told them about that one. So let the people knows about your interest. No one can read your minds. It's really important.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Um, There's something I actually wanted to hint on about that. Yes, for SANS, they have SANS Internet Storm Center podcast. That's
Yes.
the one for SANS, and it is
Yeah.
a daily one. Then there is the Cyber Daily.
Yeah, I can tell
Yeah.
you if you want some. I have a list of the podcasts. I don't know if it's I'm advertising or not, but I'm just telling
It's
you
okay.
that. Let me tell you,
It's
for
okay.
example, what I have for the CISO series. I'm listening CISO series podcast. The
Hmm.
other one is the cybersecurity headlines, Darknet
Hmm.
Diaries,
That's a good one.
Cyberwire Daily,
The Cyberwire.
and yeah, Cyberwire is good. So there was another one for the SANS that I was listening yesterday, SANS Leadership podcast that I'm listening. So, and there is Cyber Leaders. Yeah, the name is Cyber Leaders, a SANS podcast.
Hmm.
So, and the good thing about when you have multiple podcasts, sometimes you just listen and you feel that, okay, maybe now I'm not in a mood to listen to the SANS one, so I move to another one, because it helps you to stay in the track. When you stick in just one podcast, you start to, like alert fatigue, now we have podcast fatigue. So
There's
I
so
just,
many.
yeah, so many.
And
So for example, yeah,
funny
sure.
enough, some of them can be very long, like 2 hours, and you're like,
Yes,
good lord.
I can't. So when I'm looking, when I want to do subscription, because I look at that, because it's not easy, and we
Mm,
don't have time.
mm,
We should work 8 hours. We in a stressful job, and then we
mm,
have to sleep 8 hours. Let's say ideally, and then we
mm.
have 8 hours for do everything in our life. So
Yeah.
that's why I always listen to podcasts when I'm doing something else, when I'm cooking, when
Ah,
I'm cleaning. I don't have,
okay.
or driving. Driving is a good
Mm,
time. And the other thing is that maybe you don't really like to listen about those things because it's not a positive thing, you know. It's
mm.
about all the attacks, adversaries, breaches, everything. So it's normal. One day you don't feel that, okay, I don't want to listen, for example, what's happened today. Okay, today I want to have more peace. Okay, you can go, just go and learn something about
Yeah,
in
true.
the YouTube. I'm just saying, know your preferences and act based on that, and it helps you to stay in the track for longer time. But don't push yourself in something that you don't like, because you do it tomorrow, you do it the day after, and you will leave it. So that's
Yeah,
not
true.
the approach that we are looking for.
Yeah, true. Um, Thank you, Mina.
No
You've
problem.
definitely shared a lot of wisdom with us.
Thank
If
you.
someone wants to get to know you more, wants to follow you on LinkedIn,
Yes.
uh, or any other platform, where can they find you? And
Uh, yeah,
there's
I
also
think
another thing is
LinkedIn.
you actually working on something of recently, which I saw for an award, which I'm sure by the time we're filming this episode comes out, it will be done. But could you talk to us about that award program?
Yes, the I did this course. If I understand correctly, I do multiple conferences during the year, and then let's say this week I will be in Montreal for one conference
Mm,
in 2 days. But the course that I did, I do multiple course, because everything you do, you should always remember that you should do something in the age of AI part. Yesterday I did AI LLM course. It was interesting. This weekend I was reading a book that I shared on my page on LinkedIn, and it was really appreciated that the author came and shared the free copy. That's why it's really amazing now in the LinkedIn. That's why I said we have a supportive system. But in general, this year from September, I did a management essential course from Rogers. TMU, that it was really interesting. It's almost over, and I just, the course is over, just multiple session left. But in overall, I don't just think about one resources. It helps me to do more. Sometimes, as you said, I open a video and I said, okay, this training is 24 hours. So
uh,
I
I
just
think
think that, okay, it needs time. I want 1 hour, so I will go and find 1 hour training. It's all about, what you like to do most.
yes. I think we are having a misconception. What I was trying to talk about is your certificate of recognition, which was
Oh,
presented to you, the Global Awards.
okay. I
Yeah.
understand. This is the there was two. One I won already, and there is one that is on the I got finalist. The one that you are mentioning is about the finalist one, which is the Woman Tech Global Awards 2025, and it started. It's by voting system. I got a high number thanks to my network on LinkedIn and
Well
everywhere.
done.
So that one. Okay. So then. Now I'm a finalist. So the next week, I think they announced the winners. Even so far for me, it's really valuable that I got the finalist because it's very global. So from all around the world, I'm in that finalist list. Hopefully, I get it. Even not, I'm happy that I got. It feels so good that people support me.
That is good. Well done.
Thank you.
Now, what are your parting shots? And where can people find you?
LinkedIn, please. Because it's something that I can promise I check.
Yeah.
And because I like the community there, people, specifically cybersecurity. Mostly LinkedIn, and in LinkedIn, just shoot me a DM or any messages, or I try to share everything that it helps the community to do my part, and I get a lot of helps from the people. So I try to answer most of the messages. So far, even today I check I don't have unread message. So I try do my best, but I think the best platform for me is LinkedIn.
Okay. Thank you, Mina. And
My pleasure.
yes, thank you, everyone. See you all in the next episode.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. Okay.